Hey guys, Steve Trowbridge here. So today I want to talk about whitewashing in Hollywood. Now, basically what whitewashing is, if you haven't heard of the term, it's basically when you've got a character that was originally, black or Latino or Asian or whatever, and a person who is white is cast in the place of the character who was originally, of a different race or ethnicity. And vice versa, if you've got a character that was originally white, and then a person who was black or Latino or Asian or whatever is cast in place of that character, basically the same thing, just in reverse, or would that be called black? I don't even know. But, yeah, that's essentially what it is. But if you've listened to social justice warriors, or leftists, or feminazis, they would have you believe that whitewashing is simply just a movie that happens to have a majority white casting, or a complete white cast, or characters that, even though they were white in the first place, that's somehow still whitewashing, or a character that really had no distinction whatsoever, like that there was no indication or detail of what skin color they were, and a white actor just happens to be casted as that character. They would have you believe that that's whitewashing as well. But yeah, so I've always had problems with this, obviously. So I just, to the people who bitch about this constantly, I just need to ask you a question. It's going to be kind of a lengthy question. It might be kind of a two-parter, three-parter, whatever. It's not going to be a completely coherent, straightforward question, but let me just get this straight. So, you need a fictional character in a fictional world, whether that be in a book or movie or TV show or video game. Basically, you need someone in that world, a fictional character, to share the same, be the same race as you, or share your sexuality, or your gender, or gender identity, or religion, or whatever else. You need that from a fictional character in a fictional world just to feel validated about yourself as a human being. So, basically what you're saying is you get all your self-confidence and your self-worth from fictional characters and video games and books and TV shows and movies and stuff like that. Really? Do I even need to begin to explain how pathetic that is? Like, if that is the case, which for a majority of this, it's obvious that it is, you need to sort out your priorities in life and sort out your issues as well. Because that's pathetic. That's just pathetic. And one of the biggest, just a big fat example of someone that constantly bitches about this is, of course, none other than Riley J. Dennis. And, my problem with this is that, look, if you're a social justice advocate, social justice warrior, or whatever, wouldn't you want people that you're advocating for, black people, gay people, transgender people, whatever, don't you want them to be hired based on their merits, based on their talents, based on their hard work? Wouldn't you want them to be hired based on that alone? Apparently not. If you watch Riley J. Dennis and some of these other people, they want people, they say people of color, gay people, transgender people, women, whatever, people of different ethnicities and religions. They want people like that in movies and TV shows and books and video games and whatever other media entertainment, solely for those reasons. Basically, just diversity. That's it. Just diversity. Because that doesn't come off as racist or homophobic or whatever else discriminatory at all. Yeah, we need to have more people of color in movies and stuff because, well, they're just they're just so oppressed. They don't understand their own oppression. Some of these black people, they don't understand that they're oppressed and everything, and then we just need to give them free rides and everything because they can't do anything for themselves. Like, you know, basically what we're trying to say is that they're inferior to us. Like, that's not what we're trying to say, but that's basically what we're saying. You know, we're not the real racists. We're totally not the real racists. It's all those nasty conservatives and libertarians and classical liberals and everybody else who can actually think for themselves, isn't a complete social justice warrior. Like, those are the real racists, not us. Yeah, because basically implying that, you know, black people, people of different ethnicities, sexualities, religions whatsoever, can't get by based on their talent alone, that they need to be handed stuff just because they're, you know, black or gay or transgender or, you know, whatever else. Yeah, that doesn't come off as insulting or discriminatory whatsoever. So, yeah, that's my really one of my biggest problems with this. And aside from that, it's just irritating. Like, for real, this is so not a problem. Like, this is so not an issue. I mean, because you can't say that the same thing, like as I was explaining, like in the beginning of the video, you can't say the exact same thing hasn't happened, like, in reverse. You know, Nick Fury in the Marvel movies, you know, the remake of Annie, and a few other examples. You know, got no problem with Samuel Jackson, he's a great actor, but I mean, like, you can't say the reverse has happened. You know, it's just funny watching these, you know, the SJWs and leftists and stuff like that bitch about things like this, because it's like, you know, there are people out there who are fucking suffering, like, so much and everything, and meanwhile, we're over here complaining about too many white people being in movies and stuff, you know, in fictional created worlds and characters and stuff. It's just ridiculous, but I mean, essentially, those are just that's my thoughts on the whole whitewashing thing in Hollywood. I mean, you know, I'm not saying it's a made up thing, but of course, as is typical with, you know, social justice warriors, they like to twist things around to fit their agenda and keep up that perpetual victim complex, or at least they like to push victim complexes onto other people, who in reality, most of those people want nothing to do with them, because they can think for themselves and have minds of their own and everything. But these social justice warriors really want to convince those people that they're victims, that they're oppressed and everything, and they just don't understand their own oppression. They've got internalized misogyny, or maybe even internalized racism, and, you know, they're an Uncle Tom or whatever and stuff like that. Yeah, that's totally not racist either. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for this one. So yeah, that's been Whitewashing in Hollywood. Let me know what you think about this interpretation from SJWs, and I'll talk to you guys later. So peace and have a good day.